Hey, this is BlindFox and welcome at my little South African food review. Please support the channel, please subscribe and please go and donate on patreon.com. So today we are doing biltong. These are not, you get them normally sort of longer and thicker, but these are just some of that has already just been cut to fit in place. But you get the idea, you get them sort of long. These are a bit thin, you can get thicker. But what you do is, you take your meat and you cut it into relatively long strips. Then you put on your spices of choice, which is normally some other biltong rub spice. There can be as well some vinegar involved. There can be Worcester sauce involved. It can even lie just in salt and water, or sort of a brine solution, or just you put salt on it. There's normally coriander involved in this stuff as well. Sometimes you get some smoky spices, but the biltong is not really sort of like a jerky, smoky thing. It's not smoked at all. So traditionally you put on your rub and it lies for about anything from 4 to, let's say, sort of 2, it depends on how thick your meat is. Anything from, let's say, 2 to 4 to maybe a bit longer. Everything depends. And you basically just turn it twice a day, just to get the meat moving around, and that everything can get covered with the spices. So it sort of lie there. Then you just take it and hang it up in the normal dry air. So traditionally this was made, biltong was made in the winter time here, so more or less June, July, August, sort of the hunting season as well. But it was made that time of the year because it's normally too hot to make it in the summer. But when we got electricity and stuff, so you just hang it up. Normally the people hung it on the porch or the verandas or stoops, when, well, it sort of, normally it was anyway closed with a or a sieve, just to keep the flies out. So they just hung it up there, and then as the stuff dried and as they wanted, they removed it. So you hang the biltong for about, well, it depends how long it takes to dry, and when it's dry enough for you, you removed it and you can store it in a fridge, or a freezer. It can also hang there and become very, very dry. But when electricity and stuff became, or it could be, well, you can actually dry it just in the shade underneath a tree as well. But when electricity stuff became available and stuff nowadays, when they can make it all around, year round, just use air cons. And what I've actually seen is, it almost, they hung the biltong on almost like an upside down washing line, some of, you know, those rotating ones, and then they let it rotate slowly, almost like a ceiling fan, and that helps dry the biltong quicker. Then if you got sort of aircon or cool, if it's cool, then you can make it all year round, and of course the biltong dries easier. So this is biltong, and if you want to know how hard it is not terribly hard, but you can see there I can still bend it a bit. These are of course very thin pieces. You get normally a bit thicker as well. But this is how it looks. So let's just chop some up into little pieces, and then I will show you that as well. And this is a hand biltong chopper. So you can see there you've got a piece of wood. You put the biltong here, and then you go chop, 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 and it goes to that side. See, there's a little ledge. It's sort of, you can see there, it's sort of, this one sort of slopes down there. This is on a hinge. This is the blade there. Quite sharp. You can remove this and to sharpen it. And this piece is just to steady it, and then you've got your handle. So you put the biltong there, and you just chop, chop, chop the pieces you, or the thickness you want. You do get electric ones, but we don't have an electric one. This is our biltong chopper, or biltong cutter, or what you want to call it. So there we go. I've chopped the biltong. This is not completely extraordinarily dry, still a bit wet. So you can see there, nice and thin slices. You can see through it, you can see the red. And of course this is raw meat, or dried raw meat. See how nice and bendy this is. I like it when it's not completely dry. It's then easy to use in salads, you can use it on bread. What then happens is you get sort of a little dry skin around it, sort of soft in the inside. It's quite good, it's quite easy to chew through. So if you have it on your bread or in salads, you don't struggle to get through the biltong. If it's too dry, you can be struggling to bite through this. This particular biltong is oryx biltong. We caught well, there was an oryx stuck in the fence, and it literally broke its leg, and sort of, well, we had to shoot it. So we made biltong. So there we go, you can see there the nice biltong. So just for comparison, these two pieces was basically equal size. You can see there the amount of chopped biltong I got from a similar piece. And of course this looks quite a more, since it's very thin pieces. So there we go, this was our little South African food review. And I call this a food rather than, well, a snack, because it actually started as a food, sort of a journey food. You dry, or if you've got too much meat, you dry it. Then it will last a long time and you can take it on a journey. Sort of a little MRE. So this was our little biltong review. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, and please donate on patreon.com.